What is going on, y'all? It is the Caveman back at it again with another video, and I just want to get a couple things out of the way before I jump into today's video topic. First off, thank you for 600 subscribers. I know it's kind of been hovering around there for a little bit now, but I've been posting pre-recorded videos for like the last week or so, so I really haven't been able to get it in there. The next thing I want to say is I will be going on vacation within the next week, so I'm not sure how much I'll be posting. I will try my best to get up what I can, but I did want to let you guys know that as well. With that being said, I am suspending Coach Me Up because I wasn't able to record with somebody leading up to my vacation, and obviously I can't record with somebody while I'm on vacation, so I'm going to be suspending that for just a couple weeks. Also, happy football. Football is finally back. It was great to see football back on our televisions. I really didn't get to watch the game all that much, but it's just nice to know that our season of football is right around the corner. I can't freaking wait. Anyway, just wanted to do a couple housekeeping things before I jumped into today's topic, but today's topic, we're talking about a team that I have my eye on going into 2021, and that would be the Carolina Panthers. When I look around the NFL, I'm able to gauge how I feel about a certain team just based on their past, their present, and their future, all of which are very important, but what's the most important? I would say the future. Each and every day, each NFL franchise is working toward the next day. They're always looking toward the future, right? The future is what sets up the present day, and the present day just eventually becomes the past. And with that thought in mind, I asked myself, who in the NFL has the brightest future? And as you can tell by the title, the Carolina Panthers was the first team and the best team that came to my mind. Before we get into it, you guys know the drill around here. Mott's applesauce. If you're hungry, thirsty, whatever it might be, Mott's applesauce will satisfy whatever satisfying you might have to satisfy. You have the Caveman guarantee. I promise it will never fail you. One day, Mott's will see these videos. Nevertheless, Carolina Panthers, let's talk about their bright-ass future. If I were to ask you the question of who in the NFL has the brightest future, I could see people say maybe the Broncos or the Chargers, or maybe people would say the Bills or the Chiefs, but I feel like the Bills or the Chiefs specifically don't really qualify because they're already having success in the moment, so their present day is already here. They had the future to set up for their present day success, so they don't qualify for a question like this in my personal opinion. This question only applies to teams that are a work in progress. They are working right now toward the future to become a very good present day team. I don't think this could apply to teams that are already good in the present day, if you kind of catch my drift here. And I just thought the Carolina Panthers fit this description better than any other team in the NFL. I really like what they're doing over there in Carolina. But before we talk about their future, let's rewind into the past just a little bit. Over just half a decade ago, they did play against the Denver Broncos in Super Bowl 50. That was when the infamous Cam Newton business decision was born. As we all know, the Carolina Panthers did fall to the Denver Broncos in that game, and oddly enough, a team that just played in a Super Bowl only 6 years ago really has not had much sustainable long-term success. And you would think a team that was playing in a Super Bowl was building up for that time for quite a while, but it just kind of happened. The Carolina Panthers have only had 3 seasons above 500 ever since 2010, and like I said, that's pretty crazy to think about considering they played in a Super Bowl in 2015. 2013 they were above 500, 2015 they were above 500, and 2017 they were above 500. 3 separate seasons out of 10 years, and they played in a Super Bowl in one of those 3 seasons. Pretty bonkers to think about, but obviously their success was not sustainable. But I think this is all about to change for the Carolina Panthers, starting with one specific player, Jeremy Chinn. This kid is electric. He is youth. He is everything you need. He's a ball of energy. He will go out there and make a play for you when you need it most. This kid is going to be good. That explosion from Jeremy Chinn last season was exactly what this Carolina Panthers team needed. I mean, they really didn't have very much of anything. They were just average or even below average. They really were just a dull football team, but Jeremy Chinn was that bright spot. He is that burst of energy and youth that this Carolina Panthers team desperately needed. The 23-year-old safety slash linebacker hybrid is exactly what the Carolina Panthers need to utilize and center their defense around, but it just starts with him. There are so many other pieces this team has that's making me think that their future is very, very bright. So let's start as young as it possibly gets. 21-year-old J.C. Horn was just drafted in the 2021 NFL draft by the Carolina Panthers. He's going to come in and be their lockdown #1 corner that they've been desperately looking for the last couple of years. To pair with J.C. Horn, they have 4th-year cornerback Dante Jackson, who really isn't all that solid yet. I think he could be a very good secondary corner behind J.C. Horn. I don't think he was going to be good enough to be that first cornerback, which is why they went out and got J.C. Horn. Not to mention, they also brought in veteran cornerback A.J. Bouye, who I think is going to be a very large help to the development of all these young guys that the Carolina Panthers have on the back end. Granted, he is suspended for the first 2 weeks, but that does not stop the impact he has in the locker room. But the fountain of youth does not stop there for the Carolina Panthers. How about 23-year-old Brian Burns? They drafted the edge rusher in 2019, and he's shown flashes of being a very solid player for years to come, as well as 23-year-old Derek Brown, who they drafted in 2020. Both of these guys are going to be imperative to the development of this defense for the next couple of years, cornerstones to say the least. And the Panthers also made a few offseason acquisitions that are going to help their defense tremendously as well. They brought in Hassan Reddick from the Arizona Cardinals, as well as the long-tenured Los Angeles Charger Denzel Perryman, and we cannot forget about Shaq Thompson. That guy has been a cornerstone piece to the Panthers for a long time now. This defense is going to come along in the next couple of years. It's going to be one of the best in the league, I'm telling you. And of course, there's the offense of the Carolina Panthers, who I have high expectations for going into the next couple of years because of one man specifically, their biggest offseason acquisition being Sam Darnold from the New York Jets. Ever since Cam Newton's glory days came to an end, they've really been struggling to find that guy to be their quarterback for the last few years now. It wasn't Teddy Bridgewater. Cam Newton really struggled. I mean, the last good season he had with Carolina was in 2017. They just could not figure it out. I mean, they had Kyle Allen for a short time as well. They really struggled at the quarterback position. But I truthfully think, and I say this with a lot of confidence, that those days are over. I think Sam Darnold is going to be able to revive his career from those just miserable days over in New York. He's going to have a fresh start in Carolina, and he's going to bounce back tremendously, and I mean that wholeheartedly. I really think he's going to have a lot in store for the Panthers going forward. Obviously, Sam Darnold is known for seeing ghosts or whatever, some stupid quote he made a couple of years ago. That's what's going to happen when you play for the New York Jets. You're going to see a lot of damn things. You're going to be going nuts because you're running for your life. You have no help around you. You're going to go insane, right? Now he's in Carolina. I think this offense is ready for him, and I think Sam Darnold is ready for it. He's never had weapons like the Carolina Panthers weapons before. Sam Darnold does have all the athleticism and all the physical tools necessary to be a starting quarterback in today's NFL. He just never had the developmental support over in New York. I think Matt Rule and the coaching staff is going to put this kid to work, and he's going to succeed in this system. And Sam Darnold has something that not many quarterbacks in the NFL have. He's got this certain ability that I'm going to call the Josh Allen ability, and that's the determination to move the ball by any means necessary. Some people might write it off as stupid, but I think it's just a trait you cannot teach. Somebody that will never give up on a play until he's on the damn ground. Don't kill me for saying he's like Josh Allen, because I'm not saying he really is like Josh Allen. He's just got the mindset of Josh Allen. He's willing to do whatever it takes to move the ball upfield. You cannot teach that sort of trait. You cannot teach that never give up attitude that Sam Darnold and Josh Allen, I think, have. But just like Josh Allen, Sam Darnold is also going to have to learn when and when not to give up. You just sometimes have to fold them to make sure it just doesn't get worse sometimes. And obviously that's where the stupidity comes in. That's where the bad decision making comes in. But once you're able to fine tune that ability, you're going to be lethal. But I think that's a mindset that breeds successful quarterbacks in this league. A mindset that will never give up on a play. Somebody that is willing to move the ball by any means necessary. I think Sam Darnold has that. And like I mentioned earlier, the Carolina Panthers are offering Sam Darnold weapons that he never ever got in New York. The only decent weapon he got over in New York was Robbie Anderson, and that's where we'll start with the Carolina Panthers. This Panthers roster already has a by far better receiving core than the Jets ever gave Sam Darnold in his tenure over there. They got Robbie Anderson, they got DJ Moore, and they also drafted Terrence Marshall. This is going to be a very dangerous receiving core this year. I think it's going to be extremely slept on going to the season as well. DJ Moore is coming off back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, and Robbie Anderson had his first 1,000-yard season last year. So I think both of these receivers are coming into this year with momentum. Robbie Anderson has that connection with Sam Darnold, and I think it's going to be rekindled. This is going to be a dangerous offense, I'm telling you. And of course, how can we forget Christian McCaffrey? I mean, do I really have to say anything about Christian McCaffrey? I think he's going to be somebody that Sam Darnold relies on heavily, as every quarterback should. When you have a guy like Christian McCaffrey, you want the ball in his hands as often as you can get it to him. I just think Sam Darnold's future with the Carolina Panthers is so damn bright. He was put in a system so perfect for him. I think he's getting all the support he's going to need. I'm expecting big things from this team going into the future. What I see breeding in Carolina is just pure brilliance. They are oozing long-term sustainable success. The roster they have, the pieces they have, it's all going to work together, and in the future they are going to be a very good team for a long time. I did project the Carolina Panthers record to be 7-10, which might seem a little bit contradictory, but that's why we're talking about the future, right? I think they're going to spend 2021 getting on the same page with their brand new quarterback, and then after this season is when it's really going to pick up. But come 2022, 2023, and beyond, I think this team is going to find its rhythm. It's going to get in stride all on the same page together, and they're going to be a threat in the NFC. And I'm looking looking forward to seeing Sam Darnold succeed. I really am. I really like what the Carolina Panthers are currently doing, and I'm looking forward to seeing my prediction come to fruition. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. As always, if you enjoyed the video, and I hope you did, please like, subscribe, do all the fun stuff. If you want to hit the bell to be notified when I upload, I would appreciate that. If you're new over to Twitter, follow me over there. I would appreciate that as well. I'm a part of the built-in Buffalo content creation team. If you enjoy Buffalo Bills content, be sure to follow and subscribe to us, to any social media that you might have, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.